Hello, everyone. Lori Baracco here, and I'd love to share with you some readings for the full moon that took place at about 12 a.m. today, Wednesday, September 2nd. And I'm going to share messages for the signs, so the astrological signs. So what I'm going to do is make sure I don't forget them. So we've got Aries. So I'm going to write them all down here first, and then I usually do this ahead of time. So if you're tuning in, please say hello, and let me know where you're tuning in from. Okay, got them. Sometimes when you're in the psychic zone, you get really expanded, and then it's kind of challenging to use your analytical brain, that part of the brain. Okay, I got them all. Okay, so hello everyone. Happy full moon. So I am going to start my messages with Aries. So what is the message? So this would be what Spirit's advice is based upon your astrological sign, what Spirit's advice is for you to be mindful of, to look at, to shift. It might even be a confirmation of what you've already been feeling under that sign. Alrighty, so I am using my Gilded Tarot today. Oh wait, Spirit's like, don't forget to sage. I have my sage. So whenever I do any type of spiritual work, whether it's personal, meditation, healing work, readings for myself or others, I like to sage. I take a moment to center myself, to take a couple of deep breaths to create that psychic channel of my higher self, to connect in that way. And I set my prayer of intention. And I call upon the universal all that is to cleanse and protect this space. And I call upon everybody's higher self, their guides, their guardians, as well as my higher self, my guides, my guardians, to assist with bringing messages for those who are tuned in for the highest and best good of all. And so it is. Okay, so, all right, hello, good morning. Hi, Margie. She's in Ocean City, Maryland. Hello, hello, hello. So we've got lots of smoke going right now. So that means that it's cleansing our mind, our bodies, our spirits. When we have a full moon event, it means that we're really feeling a lot of that watery emotional energy. So you might find yourself a little bit more sensitive. You might find you're more intuitive, so more of that lunar energy, which is feminine. It's receiving in intuitive guidance. We're feeling those emotions, and it's kind of heightened. We turned up the dial with our emotions, and we've got, yes, the Pisces moon in September. So we've got the energies of Pisces and Virgo. The sun sign is Virgo, the moon is in Pisces. So we're balancing we are receiving these intuitive messages and feelings and impressions and the sensitivity. And Spirit is encouraging us to take all of those energies and ground them into the physical, right? Because we're Virgo. So this is the time of Virgo. So Virgo is an earth sign, and so we're taking these intuitive nudges and impressions and dreams and all that watery, beautiful energy, and we're able to ground it into the physical. That is this time to do that. Also, it's also the time to take a look at some of these Piscean influences, which sometimes bring in a little bit of illusion, right? We might go to the extreme of being really sensitive and overly emotional and making mountains out of molehills, right? So the Virgo energy helps us to temper that and to help balance out what is I don't want to say reality, but what is practical, help us with practical thinking, and to apply this flowy energy of Pisces, and to help blend them together. And what do you have? You have some really awesome inspired dreams, and then you're going to have the more of the know-how of how to ground it into the physical. Okay. Alrighty, I see some more friends have joined me. Hi there, Kelly. Hello, Louise. And then we've got Lisa from Englewood, Florida, and Margie again. Hello and welcome. Okay, so I am going to be sharing messages from the signs, the astrological signs. I'm going to be starting with Aries. And I did want to mention that on Friday night, I'm going to be hosting a candle magic class here. So hopefully you are already subscribed to the page, my page, to receive notifications when up and coming events are scheduled so that you don't miss them, so you can participate live. Alrighty, Aries. I'm going to pull 3 cards for each sign. It feels that this full moon energy for the sign of Aries is one of celebration, one of being in alignment with starting to see some of those intentions and those seeds that have been planted, starting to see life come to them. And it feels, and I'm not, okay, so let me back it up. I want to put my disclaimer out there that not bringing stereotypical perceptions of certain signs, but Aries are known as kind of they're that fire sign, and they kind of are fiery, and they get things going. Aries definitely are ones to pave the way, and I'm going to be so confident I'm going to make it happen. They have big presence, and they're not always known for their softer, more nurturing side, right? So here we're going to see some of that come in for the sign of Aries. You probably have already noticed. And by the way, this doesn't just apply to your sun sign. You may have, I'm sorry, but this piece is driving me nuts here. Sorry. No, just kidding. It could be your rising sign, right? If you relate to your rising sign, and if you relate more so to your moon sign. So wherever you've got Aries in your chart, you'll probably notice some of that tempering going on. Hi, Kat. Kat is in Vegas. All the way out west. Good morning. Okay, so for Aries, I have the Star card, I have the 8 of Swords reversed, and then I have the Queen of Cups. So it looks like we're seeing some of the achievement of those intentions and goals and that hard work, and just this really beautiful, soft, loving presence that we're channeling, that energy, all heart chakra. So Aries, all heart chakra right now. And part of that is because we're starting to see some things come to fruition and some manifestation from our hard work and our efforts. Okay. All right. So moving forward to the next sign, which is Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign. Really great manifestors, that's for sure. Okay, here we go, Aries. Taurus. Got this. Isn't that fun? I say Aries and one of the same cards just came up. Okay. So for Taurus, the first message is that my Taurus friends, Taurian friends, Taurus maybe, anyway, a different spelling of it. My Taurian friends, it looks like you could use to spend more time alone. It looks like there's a lot of engagement with others, and it looks like there are a lot of restrictions around you because you've been spending a lot of time and maybe you need to do some cord cuttings. I don't know, but it feels like you might be having trouble distinguishing where your energy is and where someone else's is, right? There's a lot of blending of your environment that I see that you probably have been taking on, and it's kind of causing a little bit of a hiccup here and there with your path. So here's that card that popped up again. So here we go. We've got the 8 of Swords reversed. We've got the 8 of Cups, and then we have the Hermit reversed. So the one that stands out the most for me is this Hermit reversed, where you need your alone time, and maybe you haven't been able to carve out that time for yourself. Maybe you've been too busy. Maybe you prefer to be around people. I don't know, but Spirit is saying that you will benefit significantly on all levels, mind, body, spirit, if you spend a little bit of time being alone with your thoughts to sort things through for yourself. All right, so Taurus, a little bit more alone time so you can regroup. I feel like it's a regrouping time for you. All right, so all those who are tuning in, please let me know where you're watching from. I'm always interested to see where people are stationed at. Okay, the next one is for Gemini. So I'm shuffling my cards a bit. Gemini. 3, and I'm going to pull 3 from the top. Okay. All right, Gemini. It looks a little, okay. The heart looks really like it's really heavy these days, Gemini. And this is what they're showing me. You see you flipping the switch, meaning that there are these heavier feelings and disappointments. And then I felt that you're kind of flipping the switch and not wanting to really look at them or address them at this time, kind of like avoidance. And I'm hearing it is time for you to hold some people accountable and yourself as well, holding yourself as well as others accountable for what's going on. I do feel, Gemini, things have come to a head, and this is definitely the time to kind of sort through things and not look the other way. We've got the 3 of Swords, which often is heartache, disappointment. A triangle, 3 people involved, or 1 person, 2 situations, or vice versa, 2 people, 1 situation, but some kind of triangle. And I'm going to use the term trauma triangle. So that's going on here with Gemini. Knight of Pentacles reversed, and then the Knight of Wands reversed. So through this experience of disappointment and feeling that I'm caught in the middle of a shitstorm, it's time to, and your soul's ready for this, to take things to the next level with your emotional, spiritual, and mental maturity. Maybe in the past was like, I just don't like conflict and I'm just going to go over here. Now, Spirit, I keep doing that, right? But Spirit's saying, no, it's time to stay put, look at all sides of things, communicate, and now it's time to address this from a different level. There's a book, or there's a book that Richard Branson wrote, and I'm probably butchering the quote or the story or the example he gives. So this is, if I butcher it, I apologize. But what Spirit's showing me is that this situation here, Gemini, this is a level 6 situation. It's time for you to not handle this 6 situation from a level 4 point of view. You've got to take it and move it up to a 7, at least a 6 or 7 or 8. I'm going to say, let's approach this from a 7 point of view. So I hope that point comes across. So rather than addressing it from maybe before, from the trigger space, we're going to flip this around with maturity and take it to a 7. This is a 6 problem, level 6. We're going to take it to a 7. Okay. And so that means looking at the triggers, not responding in the way we did before. And I know that these messages can most certainly apply to all of us, right? So there might be something that I'm sharing for, say, Gemini that resonates for you. You were meant to hear it, and you were meant to kind of tuck it away here and address it and sit with it and maybe contemplate on that. All right, the next one is for Cancer. My Cancer friends, it's the water sign. Cancers are water signs. Hey, they're tuning in. Any Cancers watching right now? All right. Okay, so, oh, look at that. The moon popped up. Perfect. My Cancer friends. Okay, so we've got 3. So we've got the moon. We've got the Page of Cups. And then we have the Death card. Okay. So for my Cancer friends, what I see popping up for you is it looks like there are some fears that you have been dealing with that are kind of coming to the forefront, front and center, where maybe it's like your deepest fear or your deepest worry or concern, and I see you fixating on it a little bit. Spirit's encouraging you to pay attention to the influences that have been coming to you, that have been supporting you and surrounding you to help you redirect your focus. When we feed the fears, it helps them grow like a chia pet. We're watering that chia pet, and here comes all that, right? So anything we give attention to, we're helping support. This is not to say to ignore what's going on. We try to use our rational senses and kind of do the checklist, like Byron Katie's checklist. Is it true? Is it necessary? Right? Is it kind? To go through all of those, to ask those questions, to go through the checklist to help support us. So Cancer, there are some things that you have been concerned about, and I feel like they are old concerns, deep-seated from, I'd say, at least your childhood, that you have been woven and connected, have been woven into your life path through your teens to your 20s and so on and so forth. There's that common fear that if we trace it back, it goes back to childhood. It is really coming up to the surface to be healed, to be acknowledged, to be taken to a level 7 or 8. Okay. I'm hearing that the present fear, your biggest fear, your worry is not necessarily going to go away. It's not necessarily going to go away. However, it's further away from your field of awareness. It's still out there, but we're not fixated on it. Okay. All righty. Next sign is Leo. Any Leos out there? I feel like I'm calling bingo. Any Leos? Leos, raise your hand, say hello. My moon is in Leo. And I heard an interesting fact the other day from my friend Bethany, and our friend Erin is an astrologer. And she said when you, from age 40 on, you start taking more of your characteristics from your rising sign. I know I mentioned Leo was my moon sign, but my rising is Libra. So from age 40 on, we start to hold more characteristics of our rising sign. Okay, Leos, here we go. I can't make this up. Look at my Leo. I can't make this up. Okay, this is interesting. Did the streaming, the event for the Lionsgate, I mentioned the Sun card and the Leo card, and they popped up. So how cool. I guess maybe I as an individual need to pay more attention to my moon sign. Okay, so for my Leos, we've got strength. We've got the Cancer card, which is the Chariot reversed, and then we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so Leos, we might have to temper our confidence just a little bit. There are people, well, no, I'm going to say this. I think we all have this potential of dominating a room, the energy in a room. And for my Leo friends, that is a huge possibility these days. So you bring in the energies of the full moon, which we're all heightened and we're feeling so much. And then you bring in a strong Leo, you can energetically knock people out. And so I'm going to encourage you to try to bring in a little bit more balance, to try to ground yourself more so. So what does the term grounding mean? It means to take a moment to bring yourself back to the breath, to be in the present moment, to connect with nature, and to try to hold one area of focus in your mind at a time rather than going through all the things and being all over the place. And if a Leo does that, a strong Leo, they're going to knock out the room. They might even knock out the electricity. You might, the computer might shut down, the cable may go out, lights may flicker. We really don't want to do that. What that means is like we are then a loose wire and our energy's going all over the place. So we don't really want to do that in a way. We're more effective when we're able to channel that energy and direct it in a healthy way, in a healthy, tempered way. Okay. All right, next one is for Virgo. Virgo. Any Virgos? Raise your hand if you're a Virgo. All right, so if you're just tuning in, I see a few more friends have joined us. If you're just tuning in, feel free to share where you're watching from and why not your sign. Okay. Virgo, I'm going to pull 3 from the top. Here we go. This is definitely the time of action, right? We're in the sun sign of Virgo. Kelly's a Virgo, and her moon is in Virgo too. So listen up. Not that you weren't listening up before, but this is definitely an action time for my Virgo friends. And so, since we're in that time, there's extra support to help you. It's almost like the wind is at your back to help you with your focuses and your intentions and your deepest heart's desires. The first card that popped up was the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups has naive enthusiasm. And I don't mean it as a negative being naive. It's like a newfound enthusiasm and a new passion and something to get excited about. Then we have the Eight of Wands, which is quick, fast movement. It means that, okay, you set some things in motion from a joyful space, and get ready because things are going to happen very quickly. And then the third card we have is the Three of Wands reversed. This is usually a waiting and be patient card. It's reversed. They're saying, get it going. So when things start to fall into place and you have cues from the universe, start acting upon them. Start getting that ball rolling. Don't wait. Don't sit back and try not to overanalyze. Of course, I'm going to encourage you to be practical, right? So I'm not saying that if something pops up, you invest all your money in something. Absolutely not. My Virgo friends wouldn't do that anyhow. They would slowly map it out and make sure they would plan the next step, right? Make sure the foundation is nice and solid and so on and so forth. Okay. So, yeah, so this is definitely an action time to get the ball rolling. Yes, you will have cues from the universe, and there's a lot of playful energy with it as well. Awesome. Kelly's like, hey, go for it. And even if you're not a Virgo and this message resonates, apply it to your life and just see what kind of pops up for you. The universe, spirit is always providing us cues, clues, and opportunities. All right, next one is for Libra. Oh, it kind of popped up in the middle. All right, Libras. Okay, Libras, and that's my rising sign, right? So this applies to me too. So this is not the time to reinvent the wheel or create a new wheel or something that is like the wheel. This is the time to make the lemon out of lemonades. This is the time to own your superpower. This is a time to really step into your gifts with confidence, the things that you know that you do well, and try to own that and channel those abilities, those passions, those skills, those interests, and the rest. This is what they're giving me a visual, right? So here you are as that King of Wands. You're owning who you are. You're walking forward through life. You're accomplishing things. You're doing that thing that you do very well. And what happens is I'm just seeing, as you do that, you're creating an energy and a flow, and you're opening up doors. And if you look in the rear view mirror, what you're seeing are scenarios starting to fall into place and emerging. So crazy what they're showing me. But the visual they're giving me is you're, and I see you walking, right? Walking through life, and you have a rear view mirror here, and you're looking, and you're seeing a hallway behind you, and you're seeing doors starting to open. And possibilities, because you're channeling your gifts in this way. It's time to own who you are, to utilize the abilities and to integrate the passions that you have, that you chose for yourself in this lifetime, in the here and the now. Okay? Time to do that. Alrighty, let's move on to Scorpio. All right, my Scorpio friends. I'm going to pull 3 from the top unless some jump out. All right, 1, 2, 3. Lots of healing going on, Scorpio. You've got water. So Scorpios are a water sign. Lots of all the feels. I'm seeing and feeling all the feels are coming up, and they're showing me scenarios coming to a close. And Scorpio, maybe you have the tendency to want to open that door that closed and throw a stink bomb in there. Be like, there, take that, right? You never want to cross a Scorpio. So what they're showing me is that, yes, there are definite closing of chapters, and there may be some unfinished business, but please, please, please don't throw the stink bomb. Try not to have the last word. Move forward with grace and class. Grace and class. Okay? Handle these situations like a level 10 Scorpio, okay? Who has learned from the past and who knows that only better things are waiting for them on the other side. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. We have the Eight of Cups, and then we have the Five of Wands reversed. So there has been some truth has been revealed, and that's a blessing. It's a huge blessing. It's like, oh, okay, we've uncovered all this. I see it for what it is. And it doesn't mean that it was the worst case scenario as we had thought. Then it's time to move on, whether you consciously choose to move on, or they choose to move on, or Spirit is closing that door for you. It's time to move on, even though it's not picture perfect, even though you may not have the last word. And please don't try to have the last word. Just let it be. If you are complete and then somebody comes back at you, just let that door close. Don't throw the stink bomb. Keep moving forward. Okay? Any Scorpios out there? No? Yeah, you don't want to. And Scorpios, you're so psychic too. Scary psychic. Not that every sign doesn't have the ability to be intuitive, but Scorpios are known for their intuitive abilities. But every sign does have the potential to be very intuitive and is intuitive if you learn how to really trust your senses. The next one is Sag. Okay, I'm going to pull 3. Scorpio rising, Morris. Oh, so then, I don't know how old you are, Kat, but as you move into around the 40-year-old mark, 40s, that you start taking on more of the properties. Okay, Sag. 1, 2, 3. So Sagittarius is a fire sign, and they're known for adventure and travel. And I see that my Sag friends during this full moon may be trying to ground themselves and to try to, in a way, maybe over analyzing their need for freedom. They may be judging themselves. That may come up a little bit during this full moon. And Spirit is encouraging you to look at things, but try not to judge it and try not to be harsh with your decisions, right? Just try to understand them. I know that there's a difference between judging it and understanding. Okay, there is a significant difference. And so Spirit's encouraging you to do that for yourself. It's not all bad. However, sometimes we do need to map things out a little bit further out and not allow ourselves to and to not beat ourselves up. We are who we are. However, we can always do better too. The King of Swords reversed. This can be a gnarly card because it's this cutting criticism, self-criticism that may be popping up. And we may be criticizing others too. So Sagittarius, yeah, you have a strong presence as well. Anybody can have a strong presence. I do want to say that. But with this combination of being a Sagittarius and this King of Swords reversed, can be a little rough to self and or others, right? Just like, whoa, you just went for the jugular. No need to do that, right? And here's the 3 of Cups reversed. So there's also this unsettled feeling that you have, maybe not quite really enthusiastic and loving everything that you're doing. It's a possibility, right? It's like, yeah, I'm not passionate about it. And then we might bring in the judgment. However, the saving grace, the 7 of Wands comes in. And this was my card of the day a couple days ago, I think. And this is also known as the hater blocker. So we want to move this energy up, and you may be the hater, being judgmental of yourself, and other people may judge you. You know, how often does it happen? when we're really critical about ourselves and then the people around us are criticizing us on the things that we're beating ourselves up over, yeah, it's time to get rid of that energy, to try not to entertain it as much, to understand it, to not judge it. All right, next one is Capricorn, Earth sign Capricorn. Any Cappies out there? Any Capricorns? Capricorns going once, going twice. Let's see what we've got. All right, I'm going to pull 3 from the top. Okay, so there has been potentially an element of suffering and sacrifice. Oh, there are a couple Cappies here. So Lisa and Kat are both Capricorns. So lately you may have been, here's part of that self, criticism, that judgment. There's this element of, and they're earth signs, of hard work. In order to be successful, you got to work your ass off. Maybe I'm just meant to be really practical and everybody else can, and I'm supporting others and raising them up. It's time to change that story. Capricorns, from the Capricorns I know, very loyal. However, they aren't always supporting themselves in that way. They tend to put themselves way back here last. And now it's time to, and you know what? I think this is my card of the day for tomorrow. Yeah, that's my card for tomorrow. So that message is emerging from my Capricorn friends. Put yourself to the front of the line. If your needs are met, everything flows much more smoothly. First, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and I also have my Capricorn friends. I feel like there's also this subconscious belief or feeling that, well, maybe I deserved it. Maybe that's my karma for not doing things perfectly, right? So we're gonna move this up, move this energy up. And Kat says she has to learn self-care. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you don't take care of yourself, no one's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to do it for us. We need to be the ones to say, okay, if I don't have energy, if I don't have the bandwidth, oh my gosh, I need to take care of myself, right? Because nobody's going to do it. And then we're exhausted, we get sick, and then all the things, and we're stressed out. We have freak out moments, and we're yelling at people. Yeah, that's me. But anyway, you might have the same symptoms. Lisa says it's like I'm in your head. Yeah, Spirit is definitely bringing those messages through for sure. I promise I'm not in your head. And the last card was the 7 of Cups. So what is important, my Capricorn friends? What is important for you? What are your needs? They need to be met. And that's not just Capricorns. It's all of us. It's all of us. All right. Next, we have Aquarius. Any Aquarius out there? Aquarian friends? Any Aquarian friends? Maybe not. Oh, there we go, Margie. I felt like there was at least one Aquarius. Margie's an Aquarius. Aquariuses like to keep things interesting. Absolutely. Okay. I believe this is my card for tomorrow, the 9 of Cups. So that came up again. So here we have, and there's another Aquarius, Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany. Aquario. All right. I'm listening. So Aquarians, there are some executive decisions that are going to be coming to the forefront for you. And it has to do with boundaries, and it has to do, oh gosh, I'm here. Oh gosh, kind of cutting some people and situations off, meaning that you're not going to fuel money, energy, time to out of balance scenarios. So we've got the 9 of Cups. Taking care of yourself. That's the card for tomorrow, I believe. The Emperor. Owning, taking control of your life, owning your path. There's a better way of putting that. Being the executive decision maker of your path. And then the last one is the 5 of Pentacles. So what I heard is that you are being depleted. And there might even be some routines and ritual that you do for yourself that you know is not they or it is not serving you anymore, and it's time for you to speak up and to take control of those situations. And you could do it with balance. Okay, so then they're wanting you to go into the energy of how does this feel for me? Does this feel okay? How do I feel about that situation? Sometimes just taking a moment and going within and maybe putting your hand on your heart and your hand on your solar plexus, which is your tummy area, and just ask yourself, how do I feel about this? And pay attention to your body's reaction. And not only your body may react or answer you, your clairaudience abilities might say something. So you might hear, this is not good. You might feel it, you might know it, and you might see it. But stopping and tuning in, touching the body, you go to your temple and your temple will tell you. You might even have a queasy feeling. You might get like a cool rush that like the chills. That also is a way of telling you. So you might need to do that. How do I feel about this? Is this okay for me at this time? All right. And if not, what do I need to do? What do I need to make it okay for myself? All right. And the last one is Pisces. My Pisces friends. My sun is in Pisces. Let's see what's emerging for me at this time, or all of us of Pisces. Or maybe there's a message here that resonates for you as well. For the Pisces. Here we go, Pisces, Louise says. I know, it's like, especially when you do your own cards too. It's like, oh. Or it could be, yay. All right, I'm going to pull 3 from the top. Well, well, well. Okay, Pisces, it looks like things are kind of vague and up in the air. So there have been some dissolution. Dissolution. Yeah, dissolution, not disillusion. Dissolution, meaning dissolving of relationships and situations and scenarios. Yet, it's kind of like this floating feeling that I'm getting of, yeah, well, I don't know what to do next. And you may not know what to do next. And it's like not having a true north. Your compass may be my compass, our Pisces compass, may be kind of like this and not sure which way to go yet. There still are more details that are being worked out in the etheric realm. So we got to kind of hang in there, and things probably won't settle down for the next couple of weeks. We've got the Page of Wands reversed. So maybe not being quite sure what to be excited about. It's like, I don't know what makes me excited. I don't know right now. Well, that's because there's the dissolution of certain things with communication with others, and maybe you're not able to go with the flow. So you're kind of just like in reactive mode. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. And this is usually it's also known as the marriage card, but it's also known for working together, connecting with partnership. It can also be recognition for hard work, right? For your efforts, not being appreciated. So all of that's kind of stirring up, and the universe is pointing things out like, see, look over here, look over there. And it's like, okay, but what am I supposed to do about it? Acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it for right now. And we're going to show you, and I feel like Spirit's saying, we're going to show you a few more things where things are out of balance, and it may not be okay at this time. We're not bringing the solution yet. We may be just showing you what's not quite flowing for you and what's not meeting the potential at this time. Okay, so that's interesting energy. So it's more of just sitting with it, looking at it, observing it, and just letting yourself digest it, right? Because sometimes it takes us a while to get used to things being a different way, things being phased out, but nothing has kind of come in place to secure that opening. So when that happens, when scenarios are being phased out, relationships, people, jobs, when things are being shifted and phased out, we have this open space, this void. What's important then is we try to put in that void trust, our hopes, our dreams. Put in positive energy, love, healing, to fill that void with the things that you know that you want. And if you only know that there's one thing you're really sure that you want to integrate into your life, to keep in your life, you focus on that. Okay. So whenever there's a void and things are being shifted out, know that we have the power and the ability to put in there the things that we know are healthy for us. Okay. All right. So how are we all doing? How's everybody doing? Doing okay, I hope. So for the full moon, right? So usually there are a couple of days to work with that energy. You could have worked with it last night. You can work with it tonight too. You could put your crystals out in the moon to charge them up. You can make full moon water. You grab some live water, like spring water, put it in a container, put it under the moonlight, let it sit there. What it's going to do is it's going to absorb all of the energies of the sun in Virgo, the moon in Pisces, all of those frequencies. And then you take the water out before it hits the sunlight, before the sunlight hits it. Okay. And then you can use that water for drinking a little bit. You could use it for blessing. You could put it in a magical spritzer with some crystals or some oils. You can bathe in it, some herbs and stuff too, or you could just let it sit for when you need that energy for yourself. You can create a whole year of different full moon waters. And I definitely, it's a tip that I learned, an activity from my friend Holly. So put your crystals out, write down your intentions, send them off into the universe. You can meditate. Yeah, lots of things to do on the full moon. All right, it looks like everybody's doing okay. All right, awesome. So hopefully some of these messages resonated for you. Maybe other signs is what Spirit tries to put in our field of awareness. You're most welcome. So Friday I will be scheduling the Candle Magic event. I'm not sure exactly what time yet. I just have to make sure that a few things coincide and we'll get that going. And you're so welcome, everybody. Have a blessed day. Happy full moon. You're most welcome and namaste.